Hello, 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 and welcome to Lena Mystic. I am so excited to be doing a video. You guys know sometimes I disappear for a little while, but that's just in my adventure to find myself all over again so that I can bring great quality content to you guys. And now that I've kind of gone through my little spiritual awakening, that was for about 6 months. I am back and I feel better than I've ever been. I feel like I understand myself so much more, and that's generally why you go through spiritual awakenings, to identify your personal power and authentic self. So as I just went through that, I feel like there's so much for me to share with you guys, and you always know that I update my website, Lena Mystic Oracle, with blogs and spiritual content alongside different services that I provide. Good news, I am officially a licensed massage therapist, and that was a journey, I tell you. Okay, my school was a very interesting school, specifically my unit. Aveda seems like a absolutely amazing brand, but my school, you know, everybody's school has their issues, and my school had some issues, which I found myself kind of like getting enamored in them and intertwined in them. Because I was invested in fixing issues, and that's like my thing. I always want to fix something, but through my crucial moments in my life, I'm learning that it's not always about fixing things, but it's about really capitalizing on the strengths and then just trying to empower the weaknesses and find a way to use the strengths to empower those weaknesses, and blah, 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 blah. Positive psychology. More good news, I'm still working on my psychology degree. Yeah, your girl's always in school, always learning more and more, and that's why I'm gonna bring more services to you all as well. So I am working on my psychology degree. I also have a massage business now, and I'm also working at a chiropractic place so that I can bring health and care in the medical massage industry. And I'll tell you, I'm super excited about all this stuff that I have going on, because it is a way to better the healthcare industry. And I just have these great ideas of what I want to do and incorporate things into one business. And I'm so glad that now I can do Reiki in a form of also providing massage through the Reiki, so that it really is a mind, body, and spirit energetic healing. And I absolutely love what I do. And if you guys live in Orlando, Florida, or within that area, come see me, come check me out, and let's do some great healing things. Now that we've reviewed what I've been up to, what I've been doing, and you know, all that stuff about me, let's talk about you guys. I miss you guys so much, and I want you to know that you can always find me on my social media, Lena Mystic Oracle. I also have a massage page, Mystic Holistics Massage. Isn't that name so cool? Why am I here? Why am I here? What are we doing today? Today, we're gonna do an energetic reading. That's because I feel drawn to do it, and I'm so excited to get back to reading you guys. Obviously, I already do it through my website, through specific clients that come to me and they find me on my website and they hire me. And I do want to say it's been years since I've been taking clients, and I'm so grateful for all the ones who've been with me for 2+ years. I'm grateful for the new ones. I'm grateful for the ones that's been with me for 6+ months. Like, all of you guys are incredible. And I want to say I love you, because you are the family that holds me accountable of my spiritual growth. And, you know, I do the same for you guys. And I'm just grateful that I can do that for you guys, because I've noticed, and you know, not to toot my own horn, but your girl is feeling confident, okay? But I have gotten incredibly good at this, to the point where if I'm coaching, like, I automatically can find like a coaching routine for each specific client. And that means the world to me, because it means that I've been putting in the work to develop myself, and that you guys have been doing the work to show me what is actually effective and what is actually working. So thank you so much to all of my clients, to all the ones who have memberships, to all the ones who see me monthly, weekly, multiple times a week. Whatever you're doing, thank you so much. Keep it up. I love seeing you guys grow. I mean, I've literally watched some of my clients go from $30,000 a year to $60,000 a year. I watched some of my clients go to not talking to their kids to having a healthy relationship with their kids. I've seen some of my clients go from feeling so insecure to feeling bold and confident and showing off. And I love all of that. I've seen a lot of you develop these incredible, successful businesses, and you just needed the courage to go along and take those steps. And boy, am I glad you did. And I'm so glad that I could have been there to push you a little bit and to show you your insecurities so that we can look at them and see them as, oh, it's like a little ant. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm so much bigger than that. Like, I'm so much bigger than my insecurities. So, guys, thank you so much for being awesome. Thank you so much for being incredible. And let's get into this reading. All right, let's see what we get. What is the energy? What's the vibe? What's the aura? What's happening right now? Oh, I love this. Okay, so angel number 37 showing up here, which also means angel number 1 and angel number 10. Okay, so I love all these numbers. I love all these numbers. So a lot of these are about, you know, your ancestors and your angels and guides and just source overall providing for you, looking out for you. And it's time to kind of stop and take in the view. That's what the card says. Stop and take in the view. And I think that's something that's so special because no matter what type of darkness we're going through, there's still beauty around. And I'll tell you, during my spiritual awakening, the last one, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it out of this one. I felt like I was in a ditch, okay? And it was just slowly sinking, like I was in quicksand or something. And I actually wrote an article about that experience. And it was very eye-opening for me because sometimes we kind of choose to not see the beautiful things. And that's really, really unfortunate. I mean, terrible things happen all the time. But if we can find a way to find beauty in the terrible things, we'll have a great life. We can learn how to be feeling a sense of peace no matter what chaos is going on. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Like, you'll see some people and you'll think, wow, their life is so easy, their life is so great, but you have no idea how hard they work. I mean, I remember being in college and we did this thing, and sorry I keep clearing my throat. My son got me sick every time he started school, man. But when I was in college, people did this thing where we were reviewing each other and what we thought about each other, and we would write it on sticky notes. And I remember people thinking that I was super privileged and like I had the world handed to me and I never went through a bad thing in my life. And I was like, wow. I mean, those of you who bought my book know just, you know, not even a quarter of what I went through, but it's just like, wow, I must carry it very well because I have a lot of baggage and I have a lot of experiences that have developed me to show me that through darkness there is light, and during darkness there is light, but we choose to see it. We choose to receive it. And it was, I don't know, it was just a very eye-opening experience for me because I realized that my gratitude shines through me. So much so that in my aura, people feel that I've had everything handed to me in my life, that I never had to work for anything. Anyone who knows me knows I've been working since I was like 7. Okay, I've been working my butt off. Whatever I was doing, I was working on something. Okay, I mean, I was an expert yard seller. Okay, you know, I was bargaining with these people, and you know, Caribbeans. I know this because I got Caribbean family. My daddy Caribbean. Okay, so I know. Between dealing with my grandmother and my dad and seeing the bargaining and stuff, I know, you know, I was like, I'm going to learn so that I can talk these people the prices that I want. And I know that I'm going to upcharge and they're going to talk me down. And then, you know, we go from there. And, you know, I learned all that stuff through my life, and I'm grinding since I'm like 7, 8, 9 years old. And to know that people, when I got on a college level, believed that I was privileged and that I had everything handed to me was incredibly eye-opening for me. Like, wow, girl, you carry it so well. Now, I will tell you, during that time, I carried a lot of it alone. And that was just not a really healthy thing. But it is healthy that I was able to smile through the day and be grateful through the day and be up and just not down all the time. And I will tell you, during college as well, I wasn't severely down, but I did carry a lot of my stuff alone because I am big on processing stuff, and I am big on setting aside time on processing stuff. And in college, I was doing that, but I didn't understand how to do it. And that's why I pursued a psychology degree when I did. Like, when I was in high school, I was like, I need help. Other people need help. Let me figure out what type of help I'm naturally good at and apply myself in that way. And psychology just happened to be that for me. And boy, am I glad that it was, because it still is, and I absolutely still love psychology. But all that to say, if you can stop and take in the view and be grateful, or even if you're not in the mood for gratitude, just look at the beauty around us. I mean, as a kid, I used to look in the sky and be like, this looks like a cartoon. Like, it's beautiful to be in a cartoon. And I know that sounds crazy, but it was something that brought me joy. And I think that we all have to find these things that spread joy and bring joy to our life, so that we're not always stuck in these feelings that we don't feel so good in. And another thing, let yourself feel stuff. Like, when you are going through stuff, like if you're feeling sad, if you're grieving, it sucks, but you have to let yourself feel it. At least let yourself feel it for a day or 2 days or a week, or even if you can't handle that long, let yourself feel it for a couple hours. Write about it, vent to yourself about it, look in the mirror and cry about it. I know that sounds insane, but do that. Because the reason why so many people have such a hard time processing things is because we're thinking about what we should or shouldn't feel, or what's not acceptable. And when it comes to feeling these feelings that don't make us feel comfortable and good, you're still going to feel them regardless of if you put a fake smile on or not. No one is asking you to fake a smile. What I'm asking you to do is to find things that genuinely bring you joy when you need a pick-me-up. Because you can't always show up to work super sad and super depressed, unfortunately. In the real world, you might get fired for that, and that is unacceptable. I will say that. I wish we could just get leave during times that we're super sad, but that is not the reality of the situation. So if you want to show up to work and you don't want personal drama at home, flooding into work drama, then you gotta shine yourself up a little bit, honey. You gotta find something that brings you joy. You gotta find something that you can take with you that can bring you up. It's almost like taking a happy vitamin or something. Call it your happy vitamin. If it's a picture of your dog, make it your screensaver at work. If it's a plant that makes you feel good, or just having plants that make you feel good, take a plant to work. Do what it takes to protect your peace and make sure that you can be in a sense of peace even when it's distorted. Like, I really don't know how to explain it, because sometimes I feel like the way my brain works is not in words, but I hope I'm getting the point across to embellish your life when you need it. Like, yes, go through your feelings. Going through your feelings is one of the most valuable parts of what I'm talking about today, because you cannot beat yourself up for feeling what is natural to you. Feelings are super honest when they're inside of you, so listen to them. I'm not saying react to them, but listen to them, feel them, experience them. And sometimes those feelings are not going to have a name to them. I discovered that very recently. What the heck am I feeling? It's not sadness, it's not anger, it's not grief. It's like everything mixed together, and I can't figure out the name for it. Let's just say it was a cluster, F-U-C-K, of feelings. And it was a lot for me. And I found myself kind of researching, what do you feel when this happens? And what do you feel when that happens? And I didn't resonate with any of it. And I was like, duh, because you don't have to resonate with what anyone else is feeling when they went through something similar to you. All you can do is sit in what you're feeling. You don't have to put a name to it. And there is no should or shouldn't. There's just the what I feel. Let yourself feel it. Even if you feel disgusting after you feel it, do not shame yourself. Let yourself feel. And, sometimes I've had to walk to the bathroom at school or walk to the bathroom at work and just get it out. Just sniffles and snot and ugly face, like all of it. Like, you just gotta get it out sometimes. Sometimes you gotta scream into a pillow. Whatever you gotta do, get that energy out. And the only way to get it out is to express it, is to feel it, is to say how you feel, is to write how you feel, is to sing how you feel, is to dance how you feel. It's to really let yourself go through it and get it out, okay? But it is so imperative through that process that if you need a recharge, if you feel you've been in your funk a little too long, if you feel nasty, you got to do something to stop and take in the view of the beauty that's also going on in your life. I think we get so caught up in the yuck of our lives that we think that's where we have to stay, and we don't have to stay in it. You feel it, then you release it. Don't forget about feeling it, and don't forget about releasing it. It's like a sandwich, okay? Like, you got the top piece of bread, you got the bottom piece of bread. You feel it, release it. Feel it, release it. Feel it, release it. Hey. Okay, so just let yourself feel it, release it, and then stop and take in the view. Stop and take in the view and the gratitude of how you were able to feel it and release it. Give the gratitude of how you even have feelings to begin with, because some people have gotten so used to suppressing their feelings that they're walking around like zombies, and that's just not healthy. It's not healthy. Being honest, it's not healthy to suppress yourself. I mean, obviously we have that ability for a reason, but I don't really think it's to do it forever, for your whole life, because then that turns into disease, and we don't want that. And we also want to be examples for those to come after us and those that are watching us, So don't remember to stop and take in the view. Take stock of the treasures you've earned. Take stock of the things that you've accomplished and the things that you're learning about yourself. It's all beautiful. Weird is the new cool. It sure is. And I'm starting to realize I'm super weird when I'm confident. Like, really, really confident. Like, now I'm in the part of my life. That's my ferret over there eating stuff. If you hear him, yes, I got a freaking ferret. But, weird is the new cool, guys. I mean, and that's perfect timing for my ferret to come out the cut. He's not all the way over here, but I can see him and I can hear him, and I don't know if you guys can hear him. But weird is the new cool. Let yourself be authentic. Let yourself be weird. Let yourself sing randomly outside. I mean, I found myself at Universal Studios dancing because I was listening to music, and I was just dancing, and then this lady was like, hey, like hyping me up, and I started dancing for real, and then started acting like I was on a runway. Girl, I don't know how I looked, but I know I was being myself, okay? And that is what matters. So be yourself, be authentic, because it's the best thing you could possibly do for yourself. And it's the best thing that you could do for other people, because people learn by examples, okay? So be yourself. The call. Honor the whisper of your soul. Just take a moment and think about what that even means to you. Like, what is the whisper from your soul? What does your soul need right now? Think on that, and if you need to pause the video, go ahead and do that. But that is something that is very personal for your journey. I want to make it abundantly clear that the whisper of your soul changes frequently. And there's going to be stages of your life where the whisper of your soul is taking care of your kids. There's going to be whispers of your soul where it's going out on a international trip. There's going to be whispers of your soul that say, I am hungry, go get me some food. There's going to be so many whispers of your soul in your life, and I don't want you to beat yourself up and say, I need to know what the whisper, this one specific whisper is of my soul. No, there are different stages in everybody's life. And, it's even like people who, I've had clients that are going through divorce or getting out of relationships where they've been in relationships for 25 years or 10 years. And, each time I tell them, that wasn't a waste of time. That was not a waste of time. That was a marriage. That was a relationship. That was a learning lesson. That was love at some point, you know? And it was also a lesson that some people went through and they learned to love themselves. So maybe it was self-love, maybe it was self-worth. Whatever it was, whatever that whisper of your soul was at that time was not a waste of time. It was not. It was a lesson. And it was love, and it was anger, and it was frustration, and it was music, and it was dancing, and it was art. Whatever it was, it served a purpose. So never shame yourself about not understanding what that one thing is in your life, because there's never going to be one thing. There's something every day. There's something every moment. There's always a whisper of your soul, and it changes frequently. Yes, for some of us, there is going to be one whisper of our soul, like one huge whisper of our soul. But for the majority of us, it's multiple ones. It's not just going to be one thing. And also, I want to make it clear that there are multiple whispers of our soul, but we get to pick which ones we give attention to. You know how we have these invention ideas and we're like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And then it just becomes too much. And then we see somebody else did it. I have this strong belief, based off of the book The Magic, that ideas are their own frequencies and they're almost like their own people. Obviously, they're not people, they're essences. And they find vessels to make them come to life. And those ideas will bug whoever listens the most, you know? And some of those ideas might not make people feel good, you know? Like, I don't know where Hitler got his idea from, but that was ridiculous and out of pocket, like for real. But ideas will find a vessel that is on that frequency of them. And you get to decide if that idea is on the frequency for you as a vessel. So, it's up to you. It really is. It's truly up to you. Your spirit says, yes, listen to the whisper of your soul. But at the end of the day, you have to figure out what resonates with you and your frequency. And while you may hear this specific idea while you're 5 years old, and then, you know, it's not realistic for you when you're 5, you grow a passion for it, and then maybe you turn 35 and you're like, I want to do this. I want to do this. That's okay. You didn't waste your time. You learned everything you needed to fall in love with the whisper of your soul at that age, 35. It's time we stop being so harsh on ourselves and realize, like I've said a million times before, life is an experiment. It's not fully written. Life is an experience is an experiment, all of that. So don't judge yourself harshly because you feel like you haven't figured it out. There's nothing you need to figure out. There's no text that your mind's just gonna click and figure it all out. No, there's no figuring it all out. There's too much to figure out. So you figure out what's for you by accepting what you want to on your journey and what you feel does not connect to you on your journey. It's not about always what the world needs from you. It's about what you need from yourself first and then bringing that to the world. We make it a little bit too complex sometimes. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what else you'd like to hear, what videos you want. Someone recommended I do lives again. I'm really highly considering that, and I think I'm gonna randomly do them so you guys will never know. It'll just happen. So may the odds be ever in your favor. And see you guys